Child of my heart, something began moving in the unseen realm before you even opened this message. A miracle with your name written on it started its journey toward you. Not because you finally became strong enough to deserve it, not because you figured out the right words to pray or the right formula to unlock heaven's favor, but because I decided that the waiting is over. I decided that the season of preparation has accomplished everything it needed to accomplish in you. And I decided that what has been held back is now released. Right now, in this very moment, angels are moving on your behalf. They are working in territories you cannot see with your natural eyes. They are shifting circumstances that look immovable. They are opening doors that have been locked against you for so long that you stopped believing they would ever open. They are removing obstacles that you have been staring at for years, convinced that they would remain in your path forever. And they are doing all of this not because the situation suddenly changed on its own, but because I gave the command. I spoke a word in the heavens, and everything in the spiritual realm responded to that word. When I speak, things move. When I give a command, angels mobilize. When I speak a word, the entire spiritual realm aligns to carry out my will. And I have spoken over your life. I have spoken breakthrough over your situation. I have commanded blessing to flow in your direction. This is not speculation. This is not wishful thinking. This is absolute reality happening right now in the unseen realm. And it is only a matter of time before what is invisible becomes visible in your natural circumstances. You cannot see what I see. Your eyes are limited to the physical, the tangible, the measurable. You look at your bank account and see numbers that do not add up. You look at your relationships and see brokenness that appears beyond repair. You look at your health and see symptoms that refuse to go away. You look at your dreams and see doors that have been slammed shut so many times that you have stopped knocking. But I see something completely different. I see angels positioned at every closed door, waiting for my signal to push them open. I see resources that have been held in reserve, stored up specifically for this moment in your life. I see people you have not met yet, who are about to walk into your story and change everything. I see breakthroughs that are already traveling towards you, moving through the invisible realm, getting closer with every passing moment. Your natural eyes tell you that nothing is happening. Your circumstances whisper that you have been forgotten. Your timeline screams that you have waited too long and missed your window. But I am telling you right now, with the authority of the one who created time itself, that your miracle is already in motion. It is not something that might happen if you pray hard enough. It is not something that could possibly occur if all the conditions line up perfectly. It is something that has already been set in motion by my hand, and nothing in heaven or earth can stop what I have started. The gap between what you see and what I see is the gap between the natural and the supernatural. You are looking at your situation through natural eyes, using natural logic, applying natural understanding. And from that limited perspective, things look hopeless. Things look impossible. Things look like they will never change. But I am not working from the natural realm. I am working from the supernatural realm, where the rules are completely different. In the natural realm, what is broken stays broken until someone fixes it. In the supernatural realm, I speak to broken things and they become whole. In the natural realm, what is dead stays dead. In the supernatural realm, I call dead things back to life. In the natural realm, what is impossible remains impossible. In the supernatural realm, I specialize in impossibilities. Do not be discouraged by what you see with your natural eyes. The physical realm is always the last place where my work becomes visible. I always move in the unseen first. I always work behind the curtain of the spiritual before I pull back that curtain and reveal what I have been doing all along. When you look at a seed buried in the ground, you see nothing. The soil looks the same as it did before the seed was planted. But beneath the surface, out of sight, something miraculous is taking place. The seed is breaking open. Roots are pushing down. Life is stirring. And all of this is happening in complete darkness, in total hiddenness, in a place where no human eye can witness it. But just because you cannot see it, does not mean it is not happening. Just because there is no visible evidence yet does not mean the process has stopped. Your miracle is like that seed. It is buried in the realm of the Spirit, breaking open, sending roots deep into the purposes I have for your life, preparing to push through the surface and become visible in the natural world. And the fact that you cannot see it yet is not evidence of its absence. It is evidence that it is still in the most critical phase of its development, the phase where the real work happens, the phase where foundation is being laid, that will support everything you are about to see with your eyes. The unseen realm is where all my greatest works begin. Before I formed the earth, I spoke in the darkness, and my word carried creative power that nothing could resist. The same word that brought light out of darkness is the same word I have spoken over your situation. The same power that separated the waters and called dry land into existence is the same power that is working right now to separate you from everything that has been drowning you and to establish you on solid ground. I have not changed. My word has not lost its power. My voice still commands the impossible into existence. And I have spoken specifically, intentionally, deliberately, over your life. Every word I speak is laden with creative force. When I say your miracle is coming, I am not expressing a hope or a wish. I am declaring a reality that already exists in the heavens and is making its way into the earth. My words are not like human words that can be empty or meaningless. My words carry substance. They carry weight. They carry the full force of my nature, my character, my power. And once I have spoken a word, it goes forth from my mouth, and it will not return to me empty. It will accomplish everything I send it to accomplish. It will achieve the purpose for which I sent it. And I have sent my word into your life to bring forth breakthrough, to produce miracles, to manifest impossibilities, to turn everything around. I see my angels moving. Do you understand what that means? Angels are not symbolic creatures. They are not poetic metaphors or comforting ideas. They are real, powerful, active beings who exist to carry out my will in the earth. When I send an angel on assignment, that assignment gets completed. When I dispatch angelic forces to work on behalf of one of my children, obstacles start to crumble, walls start to fall, impossibilities start to shift. And right now, this very moment, as you are hearing these words, there are angels assigned specifically to you. They know your name. They know your situation. They know every detail of what you need. And they are working tirelessly, without rest, without distraction, without ever growing weary, to bring about the miracle that carries your name. These angels are not amateur workers. They are skilled, experienced, powerful beings who have been carrying out my will since before the foundation of the world. They have moved mountains before. They have opened prison doors before. They have shut the mouths of lions before. They have protected my people from fire before. They have defeated entire armies before. They have delivered my children from impossible situations before. And what they have done throughout history, they are doing right now for you. They are applying the same power, the same authority, the same supernatural intervention to your specific situation that they have applied to countless miracles throughout the ages. Right now, there is an angel standing at a door that has been closed in your life. That angel is not wondering if the door will open. That angel is not hoping the door might open. That angel is waiting for my command. And when I give that command, that angel will push that door open with such force that it will never close again. Right now, there is an angel assigned to a person who has been blocking your blessing. That angel is working on that person's heart, softening what has been hard, opening what has been closed, changing what has been resistant. Right now, there is an angel positioned at a financial breakthrough that has your name on it. That angel is removing every obstacle between you and that provision, clearing every hindrance, eliminating every barrier. And these angels never get tired. They never need to rest. They never lose focus. They never get distracted. They work around the clock, constantly, consistently, persistently, until the assignment I gave them is fully accomplished. While you sleep, they are working. While you are going about your day, they are working. While you are praying, they are working. While you are worshiping, they are working. They never stop. They never slow down. They never take a break. Because they know that what they are working on is not just important to you. It is important to me. And nothing is more motivating to an angel than carrying out the will of the one who created them. They are working in places you cannot go. They are influencing situations you cannot touch. They are speaking to hearts you cannot reach. They are moving in legal systems, medical systems, financial systems, relational systems, shifting things from the inside out, rearranging circumstances in ways that will look like coincidence to the people around you, but that you will recognize as my fingerprints all over your story. And they are not working slowly. They are not taking their time. They are moving with the urgency of heaven, with the authority I have given them, with the full force of my power backing every single thing they do. Think about the complexity of your situation. Think about all the different pieces that would need to fall into place for your breakthrough to manifest. Think about all the people who would need to change. Think about all the circumstances that would need to shift. Think about all the resources that would need to appear. Think about all the timing that would need to align perfectly. From a human perspective, coordinating all of that would be impossible. But I am not human. I am not limited by human capacity or human understanding. I see all the pieces simultaneously. I know exactly which dominoes need to fall and in what order. And I have positioned my angels at every single point of intervention that is necessary to bring about your complete breakthrough. This is why you cannot see what I am doing yet. Because I am working on multiple fronts simultaneously, orchestrating details that are spread across time and space and involving people and circumstances that seem completely unrelated to each other. But I see the connections. I see how person A needs to make a decision that will open a door for person B, who will then create an opportunity for you. I see how situation C needs to resolve before situation D can begin, and both need to happen before you are ready to step into what I have prepared. I see how the timing of resource E needs to align perfectly with the opening of door F, so that you walk through that door with everything you need already in your hands. And I am managing all of these moving pieces with perfect precision. I am not dropping any balls. I am not losing track of any details. I am not forgetting any element of what needs to happen. I am conducting a symphony of circumstances, and every instrument is playing exactly the right note at exactly the right time. And very soon, all of these individual notes are going to come together in a crescendo of breakthrough that will take your breath away. You are going to look at how everything aligned, how all the pieces fell into place, how the timing worked out so perfectly, and you are going to know beyond any doubt that this was not random chance. This was divine orchestration. This was my hand moving all the pieces into position. The miracle I am bringing to you has been in preparation for longer than you realize. It did not start when you began praying about this situation. It started before you were even aware you would need it. I have been setting things in motion, positioning people, preparing resources, opening pathways, clearing obstacles, all in advance of this moment. Because I knew this moment was coming. I knew you would need this breakthrough. I knew the enemy would attack in this area. I knew you would face this mountain. And I have been preparing the solution since before the problem ever arose. This is what it means when I say I had the solution before you had the problem. I am not reactive. I am proactive. I do not wait for crisis to hit and then scramble to figure out how to help you. I see the crisis coming from a distance, and I prepare the deliverance before you ever need it. I am always ahead of your need. I am always out in front of your crisis. And by the time you realize you need a miracle, I have already been working on that miracle for longer than you can imagine. The doors that are closed will open for you. Not some of them. Not just the easy ones. Not only the doors that you could have opened yourself if you had just tried harder or waited longer. All of them. Every single door that has been locked against you. Every opportunity that seemed to slip through your fingers. Every possibility that appeared to close before you could walk through it. I am going to open them. Not because you earned it. Not because you finally became good enough or spiritual enough or faithful enough, but because I am the God who opens doors, and when I open a door, no one can shut it. There are doors in your life that people closed. Maybe they were people you trusted, people you thought would always be in your corner, people who should have supported you but instead blocked your path. They closed doors that you thought would stay open forever. They withdrew opportunities that you were counting on. They walked away from commitments they made, and their walking away felt like a door slamming in your face. And you have been standing outside those closed doors ever since, wondering if you did something wrong, wondering if you could have said something different or been someone different that would have kept those doors open. But I am telling you right now, those doors closed because I allowed them to close. Not because I wanted to hurt you, but because what was behind those doors was not the miracle I had planned for you. And I needed those doors to close so that you would stop trying to force your way through them. I needed you to finally let go of what those people withheld so that your hands would be empty enough to receive what I am about to place in them. Those people who closed doors on you thought they were making a decision about your future, but they were not. They were simply fulfilling a role in my larger plan. They were unknowingly removing themselves from a season of your life that they were never meant to be part of. They were clearing space for the right people, the people I have been preparing to walk alongside you in this next chapter. And when you see who I am about to bring into your life, when you experience the level of support and partnership and synergy that I have been preparing for you, you're going to look back at those closed doors and thank me for protecting you from settling for less than my best. There are other doors that circumstances closed, doors that shut because of timing, because of finances, because of situations that were completely outside your control. You were moving towards something that seemed so right, so aligned with everything you thought I was leading you toward, and then suddenly, the door closed. The opportunity vanished. The possibility disappeared, and you were left standing there feeling confused, feeling like maybe you misheard me, feeling like maybe you stepped outside my will and that is why everything fell apart. But you did not mishear me. You did not step outside my will. That door closed because what was behind it was good, but I have something better. It closed because the timing was not right, and if you had walked through that door in that season, you would have entered something you were not ready to steward. I closed it to protect you. I closed it to prepare you. I closed it so that when the right door opens, and it is about to open very soon, you will be ready to walk through it with everything you need to thrive on the other side. Sometimes I close doors, not because what is behind them is bad, but because what is ahead is so much better that I cannot let you settle for anything less. Sometimes I close doors because my timing is so precise that being even slightly early would cause you to miss the fullness of what I have planned. Sometimes I close doors because the version of you that is trying to walk through that door is not yet the version of you that I am preparing to step into that opportunity. And I love you too much to let you step into something prematurely and struggle under the weight of it when I could simply wait a little longer and then release you into it with everything you need to soar. And then there are doors that the enemy closed. Doors that shut because there was a spiritual resistance fighting against your progress. The enemy studied you. He watched you moving toward your destiny, toward your purpose, toward the fullness of what I created you to become. And he panicked because he knows what you carry. He knows what I placed inside you. He knows the impact you are going to have when you step into the fullness of your calling. So he mobilized every force he could access to slam doors in your face. He stirred up opposition. He planted obstacles. He orchestrated setbacks that were designed to make you give up, to make you turn around, to make you believe that you were never meant to walk through those doors in the first place. But what the enemy does not understand is that he has no authority over my plans for you. He can create temporary resistance. He can cause temporary delays, but he cannot stop what I have decreed. And every door he closed thinking he was stopping you was actually just giving me an opportunity to demonstrate my power in a way you would never forget. Because I do not just open the doors he closed, I tear them off their hinges. I remove them completely so that they can never be closed against you again. And when I do, everyone who watched those doors close, everyone who thought your opportunity had passed, everyone who counted you out, is going to see with their own eyes that I am the God who makes a way where there is no way. The mountains that look impossible will move. You have been staring at mountains. Massive, immovable obstacles that have been blocking your view for so long that you have almost forgotten what it feels like to see a clear horizon. Financial mountains that tower over every decision you make. Health mountains that shadow every plan you try to create. Relational mountains that stand between you and the peace you desperately need. Professional mountains that block every path forward you can imagine. And these mountains are not small hills that you could climb if you just had a little more strength. They are massive, overwhelming obstacles that look absolutely impossible to move. You have tried to move them yourself. You have pushed against them with every ounce of strength you have. You have tried to climb over them, only to realize they are too steep. You have tried to go around them, only to discover they stretch farther than you can travel. You have tried to tunnel through them, only to find they are too thick. And after all that effort, after all that straining, after all those failed attempts, the mountains are still there, still immovable, still blocking your path, still casting their shadow over your life. But I never asked you to move them. I never told you to push against them with your own strength. Those mountains were never your responsibility. They are mine. And I am about to do something with those mountains that you have never seen me do before. I am not going to help you climb them. I am not going to show you a path around them. I am going to move them out of your way completely. I am going to speak to them, and they are going to obey my voice. Because I am the God of the impossible. I am the God who moves mountains. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is too difficult for me. When I speak to a mountain, the mountain does not have a choice about whether to obey. My voice carries authority that transcends natural laws. My word supersedes gravity, inertia, resistance, and every other force that keeps things in place. When I command a mountain to move, it moves. Not slowly, not gradually, not eventually, but immediately. And the mountain you have been staring at, the one that looks so permanent and so impossible, is about to move at my command. And when it does, you are going to realize that it was never about your strength. It was never about your ability. It was always about my power and my willingness to use that power on your behalf. Do you know why I let you try to move the mountain yourself first? Not because I enjoy watching you struggle, but because I needed you to come to the end of your own strength, so that when I move the mountain, you will know with absolute certainty that it was me. If you had succeeded in your own strength, you would have thanked yourself. You would have celebrated your own determination, your own persistence, your own capability. And you would have missed the miracle. You would have missed seeing my hand. You would have missed experiencing my power. But because you tried everything and nothing worked, because you exhausted every option and still the mountain remained, when I move it, there will be no question in your mind or anyone else's mind about who did it. This is how I get glory. Not by stepping in before you have tried. Not by rescuing you before you realize you need rescuing. But by letting you come to the absolute end of yourself. So that when I move, when I act, when I demonstrate my power, everyone will know that it was me. And the testimony that comes out of your mouth will not be about how hard you worked or how strong you were. It will be about how faithful I am, how powerful I am, how I showed up when nothing else worked and did what only I could do. And that testimony is going to change lives. That testimony is going to build faith. That testimony is going to become a weapon in my hand that I will use to encourage other people who are facing their own impossible mountains. They are going to hear your story, and they are going to realize that if I did it for you, I will do it for them. If I moved your mountain, I will move theirs. If I came through for you when everything looked hopeless, I will come through for them. And your story is going to become the catalyst that keeps them standing, keeps them believing, keeps them trusting me even when their circumstances say it is foolish to do so. Your situation does not surprise me. I know you have felt alone in this. I know you have felt like no one truly understands the weight you are carrying. I know you have tried to explain it to people, and they gave you well-meaning advice that revealed they do not really grasp what you are up against. They told you to just have faith, as if faith was something you were lacking. They told you to be patient, as if you have not already been patient far longer than anyone should have to be. They told you it would all work out, as if those words could somehow erase the very real pain and pressure you are living with right now. And their words, though kindly intended, left you feeling more alone than before. Because if they cannot understand, then maybe no one can. But I understand. I see it all. Not just the surface-level situation that other people can observe from the outside. I see the weight you carry in private. I see the nights you have cried yourself to sleep. I see the mornings you have forced yourself to get up and keep going, even though you had nothing left to give. I see the brave face you put on for everyone around you while you are falling apart inside. I see the prayers you have prayed in desperation, the questions you have asked through tears, the moments you have wondered if I even hear you anymore. I see all of it. And not only do I see it, I feel it with you. Your pain is not invisible to me. Your struggle is not something I observe from a distance. I am in it with you, carrying what you cannot carry, holding together what feels like it is falling apart, sustaining you with strength you did not know you had because it is not your strength at all. It is mine. Your situation does not take me by surprise because I had the solution before you had the problem. Before the mountain appeared in your path, I already knew how I was going to move it. Before the door closed, I already had a better door prepared. Before the crisis hit, I already had the provision stored up. Before the diagnosis came, I already had the healing ready. I do not react to your problems. I do not scramble to come up with solutions after things go wrong. I am never caught off guard. I am never unprepared. I am never late. I exist outside of time. I see the beginning and the end simultaneously. And from that eternal perspective, I have already seen your breakthrough. I have already witnessed your miracle. I have already watched you walk through the very thing that right now looks impossible. And I am simply waiting for the right moment to pull back the curtain and show you what I have been preparing all along. You are not an afterthought to me. You are not a problem I am trying to solve. You are a child I am raising, a masterpiece I am creating, a vessel I am preparing for extraordinary purpose. And everything you are walking through right now, as painful as it is, as difficult as it has been, is part of the preparation process. I am not punishing you. I am preparing you. I am not withholding from you. I am developing capacity in you. I am not ignoring your prayers. I am answering them in ways that are so much bigger than what you asked for that I need more time to get everything in position. Your miracle is already in movement. Let that truth settle deep into your spirit. Not that your miracle might come, not that your miracle could happen if everything lines up just right, but that your miracle is already in motion. It has already been set into action by my hand. It is already traveling toward you through the spiritual realm. And there is nothing in heaven or earth that can stop what I have set in motion. You may not see it yet. That is the nature of faith. Faith is not believing in what you can already see. Faith is trusting that what I have promised is already done in the spiritual realm, and it is only a matter of time before it manifests in the natural realm. When I promised Abraham a son, Sarah was already past the age of childbearing. The natural circumstances screamed impossibility. But I was not working within the limitations of nature. I was working from the realm of the supernatural, where impossibility does not exist. And because Abraham believed that I am faithful to my promises, the miracle manifested. The invisible became visible. The impossible became reality. Not because Abraham was perfect, not because Abraham never doubted, but because Abraham chose to keep believing that what I promised I would perform. Abraham had to wait 25 years for the promise to manifest. 25 years of looking at circumstances that contradicted what I said. 25 years of watching his body age beyond the natural ability to father children. 25 years of wondering if he misheard, if he misunderstood, if the promise was conditional and he failed to meet the condition. But through all of that waiting, through all of that questioning, through all of those moments of doubt, the promise was never in jeopardy. The miracle was never canceled. The plan was never abandoned. I was simply taking my time to make sure that when the promise manifested, it would be so undeniably supernatural that no one could attribute it to natural causes. I waited until Abraham and Sarah were both physically incapable of producing a child, so that when Isaac was born, everyone would know beyond any shadow of doubt that this was my doing, not theirs. And I am doing the same thing in your situation. I am waiting until the circumstances are so impossible that when the breakthrough comes, no one will be able to explain it away with natural reasoning. I am waiting until you are so far beyond your own ability to make it happen that when it happens, everyone will know it was me. Not because I enjoy watching you wait, but because I want the testimony of your breakthrough to be so powerful, so undeniable, so obviously supernatural, that it will become a catalyst for faith in everyone who witnesses it. You may not see it yet, but it is coming. You may not feel it yet, but it is moving. You may not sense any change in your circumstances yet, but change is happening in the unseen realm, and that unseen change is about to break through into your reality in a way that will leave no doubt that I am the God of the impossible. Have patience. I know that word stings. I know you have been patient. I know you have been waiting. I know you have been holding on. And asking you to be patient for even one more moment feels like too much to ask. But my patience is not the same as human patience. When I ask you to be patient, I am not asking you to passively sit back and resign yourself to ongoing suffering. I am asking you to actively trust that I am working, even when you cannot see the work. I am asking you to hold on to what I have spoken over your life, even when everything around you contradicts it. I am asking you to keep standing, keep believing, keep declaring that what I promised is yes and amen, even when the evidence suggests otherwise. Patience is not about the length of the wait. It is about the posture of your heart during the wait. You can wait for years with a heart full of bitterness, resentment, and doubt, and that kind of waiting profits you nothing. Or you can wait with a heart that is anchored in my faithfulness, confident that I never waste a season, trusting that everything you are enduring is producing something of eternal value in you that could not be produced any other way. That kind of patience transforms you. It deepens you. It prepares you to steward the miracle in a way that will cause it to multiply in your hands rather than slip through your fingers. Impatience will cause you to settle for less than my best. Impatience will cause you to grab at counterfeits before the real thing arrives. Impatience will cause you to force doors open that I intended to stay closed. Impatience will cause you to step into opportunities prematurely and then struggle under the weight of something you were not yet ready to carry. But patience anchored in faith will position you to receive everything I have prepared at exactly the right time, in exactly the right way, with exactly the right people, under exactly the right circumstances. Have faith. Not faith in your own ability to make things happen. Not faith in your own strength to endure, but faith in me, faith in my character, faith in my promises, faith in my track record throughout all of human history that I have never once failed to come through for those who trust in me. I am not a man that I should lie. I am not a human being that I should change my mind. What I have spoken over you will come to pass, not because you are perfect, not because you have done everything right, but because I am faithful, and my faithfulness does not depend on your performance. Your faith does not have to be perfect. Your faith does not have to be strong. Your faith does not even have to be constant. I am not asking you for perfect, unwavering, doubt-free faith. I am asking you for mustard seed faith, just a tiny bit, just enough to keep you from giving up completely, just enough to keep you connected to me. Just enough to keep your heart open to the possibility that I am who I say I am, and I will do what I said I will do. That is all I need, because it is not the size of your faith that determines the size of your breakthrough. It is the size of my power, and my power is unlimited, infinite, boundless, and fully available to you regardless of how weak or strong your faith feels in this moment. I see the days when your faith feels strong. I see the moments when you are absolutely convinced that the breakthrough is coming, when you can almost touch it, when expectation fills your heart and hope overflows your spirit. I celebrate those moments with you, but I also see the other days, the days when doubt creeps in, the days when you wonder if you imagined my voice, the days when the wait feels so long that you question whether the promise was real. And I want you to know that I do not condemn you for those days. I do not pull back from you when your faith wavers. I do not love you less when you struggle to believe. In fact, I draw closer to you in those moments. I whisper reminders of what I spoke over you. I send encouragement through a song, a scripture, a conversation with a friend. I orchestrate small signs that assure you that I am still with you, still working, still moving on your behalf. Because I understand the battle you are fighting. I understand how hard it is to keep believing when nothing in your natural circumstances confirms what I spoke in the spiritual realm. And I honor your determination to keep standing even when standing is the hardest thing you have ever done. This is what true faith looks like. It is not the absence of doubt. It is the decision to trust me in spite of the doubt. It is not feeling strong and confident all the time. It is choosing to lean on my strength when yours is gone. It is not having all the answers. It is being willing to follow me even when you do not understand where I am leading. And you have been demonstrating this kind of faith throughout this entire season. You have been trusting me even when it hurt. You have been following me even when you could not see the path. You have been believing my promises even when your circumstances contradicted them. And I see it all. I value it all. And I am about to reward it all. Trust in my perfect timing. I know you have been wondering why it is taking so long. I know you have been looking at other people's lives and wondering why their miracles came quickly, while yours seems to be delayed. I know you have been wrestling with the question of whether you did something wrong, whether you missed a step, whether you disqualified yourself somehow. But my timing is not about punishment. My timing is about preparation. Every moment you have waited has been preparing you for what you are about to receive. Every delay has been developing capacity in you that you did not have before. Every season of waiting has been working patience, character, and hope into the very fiber of your being, creating in you the kind of person who can receive a miracle and not be destroyed by it. I have seen people receive miracles they were not ready to steward, and the miracle became a curse instead of a blessing. I have seen people receive provision before they had the character to manage it, and the provision destroyed them. I have seen people step into opportunities before they were prepared, and the opportunity crushed them under its weight. I will not do that to you. I love you too much to give you what you are not ready to carry. So I have been using this season of waiting to prepare you, to strengthen you, to mature you, to develop in you the wisdom and the character and the spiritual depth that will enable you to steward the miracle with grace and humility and longevity. The miracle I am bringing to you is not a quick fix. It is not a temporary relief. It is not a band-aid solution that will fall off as soon as the pressure increases. What I am bringing to you is permanent, sustainable, lasting transformation. And that kind of transformation requires a certain level of maturity, a certain depth of character, a certain strength of spirit. And I have been using this waiting season to develop all of that in you. So when the breakthrough comes, it will not just change your circumstances. It will have already changed you. And the changed you will be able to steward the changed circumstances in a way that produces lasting fruit. What I start, I finish. You are not a project I abandoned. You are not a work I grew tired of. You are not a plan I decided was not worth completing. I do not leave things half done. I do not start something with you and then walk away. I am committed to seeing you through to the very end. The work I began in you, I will complete. The promise I spoke over you, I will fulfill. The calling I placed on your life, I will bring to pass. Not partially, not eventually, not maybe, but fully, completely, absolutely. I will finish what I started in you. There is a progression to my work. I do not do everything all at once. I build layer upon layer, foundation upon foundation, revelation upon revelation. What I started in you years ago is still being built. What I spoke over you in past seasons is still being developed. Every experience you have walked through has been adding something to the foundation. Every trial you have endured has been strengthening something in your character. Every tear you have cried has been watering something I planted in your spirit. And all of it, every single moment of it, has been working together to bring you to this place, this moment, this season, where everything I had been building in private is about to be revealed in public. And what I promise, I fulfill. Every single word I have spoken over you will come to pass. Every prophetic word that resonated in your spirit. Every scripture that jumped off the page and grabbed your heart. Every whisper you heard in the quiet moments when it was just you and me. Every dream I gave you that felt so real you could almost touch it. Every vision I showed you that stirred something deep in your soul. All of it. Every single word. Every single promise. Every single declaration. I will fulfill it all. Not because you earned it, but because I said it, and my word does not return to me void. My word accomplishes everything I send it to accomplish. And I sent my word into your life to build, to plant, to establish, to bring forth fruit that will remain. I am not a God who makes empty promises. I am not a God who speaks carelessly. I am not a God who says things I do not mean or makes commitments I do not intend to keep. Every word that proceeds from my mouth is backed by the full weight of my character, my nature, my power, my authority. When I say something will happen, it will happen. When I decree something into existence, it comes into existence. When I promise something to you, consider it already done. The only variable is timing, and my timing is always perfect, even when it does not feel that way to you. Write this down in your heart if you believe my word. Your miracle is already coming. Not might be coming. Not could be coming. Not hopefully coming. But already coming. It is in motion. It is on the way. It is traveling toward you right now. And the only thing left for you to do is position yourself to receive it. Not by striving. Not by forcing. Not by manipulating circumstances or people. But by simply opening your hands, opening your heart, and saying yes to what I am about to do in your life. Positioning yourself to receive means getting your heart ready for what your eyes are about to see. It means releasing the bitterness that the wait produced. It means forgiving the people who closed doors. It means letting go of the disappointment from past delays. It means clearing out space in your life for the new thing I'm about to bring in. Because you cannot receive the new while still clutching the old. You cannot step into breakthrough while still holding on to the pain of the struggle. You cannot walk through the open door while still mourning the closed one. So release it all. Give it to me. The hurt, the anger, the confusion, the questions that never got answered, the prayers that seemed to go unheard, the waiting that felt endless. Give it all to me. And in exchange, I will give you peace. I will give you joy. I will give you expectation. I will give you the kind of hope that does not disappoint because it is rooted not in circumstances but in my character. And with your hands empty and your heart clean, you will be ready to receive everything I am about to pour into your life. There is a story in my word about a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years. 12 years of suffering. 12 years of spending everything she had on doctors who could not help her. 12 years of being isolated from her community because her condition made her ceremonially unclean. 12 years of watching her life slip away while everyone around her moved forward. But she heard that I was passing through her town, and something rose up inside her. Not just hope, not just wishful thinking, but faith. Absolute certainty that if she could just touch the hem of my garment, she would be healed. So she fought through the crowd. She pushed past every obstacle. She ignored the voices that told her she had no right to be there. She ignored the religious leaders who would have condemned her for being in public in her condition. She ignored the shame that tried to keep her hidden. She ignored the fear that whispered she was about to be disappointed again. And she reached out with everything she had and touched the edge of my robe. And instantly, immediately, without delay, the bleeding stopped. The miracle she had been waiting 12 years for happened in a single moment. Not because she was perfect. Not because she had great faith compared to everyone else. But because she believed that I am who I say I am. And she acted on that belief. I felt power leave my body when she touched me. That is how responsive I am to faith. That is how quickly I move when someone reaches out to me in genuine trust. I did not make her wait another 12 years. I did not make her prove herself worthy. I did not make her complete a religious ritual or fulfill a set of requirements. I responded instantly to her faith. And I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. What I did for her, I will do for you. When you reach out to me in faith, believing that I am who I say I am and that I will do what I said I will do, I respond. I move. I release power. I manifest miracles. That woman had every reason to give up. 12 years is a long time to suffer. 12 years is a long time to spend every resource you have trying to find a solution. 12 years is a long time to be isolated from community, from worship, from everything that gives life meaning. But she did not give up. And the reason she did not give up is because something inside her refused to believe that her story would end in suffering. Something inside her knew that there had to be more. Something inside her held on to the possibility that if she could just get to me, everything would change. And she was right. You have that same something inside you. It is the hope I planted in your spirit. It is the knowing that refuses to die no matter how long the wait has been. It is the conviction deep in your core that your story does not end here, that this struggle is not your final chapter, that breakthrough is not just possible, but inevitable, and that something inside you is more accurate than anything your circumstances are telling you. That something is my voice speaking to your spirit, reminding you of what I promised, assuring you that the wait is almost over, preparing you to receive what has been traveling toward you all this time. The miracle that woman received did not just heal her body. It restored her life. It gave her back her community. It returned her to the place of worship. It removed the shame she had carried for 12 years. It erased the stigma that had defined her. It rewrote her identity from sick woman to healed woman, from outcast to testimony, from victim to victor. And the miracle I am bringing to you is going to do the same thing. It is not just going to fix the problem, it is going to restore everything the problem took from you. It is going to give you back the years that were stolen. It is going to return to you the joy that was lost. It is going to remove the shame that has been attached to your situation. It is going to rewrite your identity from struggling to thriving, from barely surviving to abundantly living. Your miracle is already coming. The angels are moving. The doors are opening. The mountains are shifting. And very soon, what has been invisible will become visible. What has been hidden will be revealed. What has been prepared in secret will be manifested in public. And everyone who has been watching your struggle will become a witness to your miracle. They will see what I have done. They will know that it was not luck, not coincidence, not just the natural course of events. They will know that I moved heaven and earth on your behalf. And many of them will come to believe in me because of what they see me do in your life. Your breakthrough is going to be a testimony. It is going to be evidence. It is going to be proof that I am still in the business of doing impossible things for my children. And that testimony is going to touch lives you will never meet. It is going to encourage hearts that are on the verge of giving up. It is going to reignite faith in people who stopped believing. It is going to demonstrate my faithfulness to a generation that has been taught that miracles do not happen anymore. And all of that kingdom impact is going to flow from what I am about to do in your life. Do not grow weary in this final stretch. The enemy wants you to give up right before the breakthrough. He wants you to let go right before the manifestation. He wants you to walk away right before the miracle becomes visible. Because he knows that if you hold on just a little longer, you are going to receive everything I promised you. And when you receive it, you are going to become a walking testimony that will demolish every lie he has been spreading about me. You are going to become living proof that I am faithful. You are going to become evidence that I keep my promises. And your story is going to set other people free who have been trapped in the same doubts and fears that you have been fighting. The enemy has been working overtime to discourage you. He has been magnifying your problems. He has been highlighting every delay. He has been whispering that you have been forgotten, that you missed your window, that it is too late for your miracle. But he is a liar. He has always been a liar. And everything he has been telling you is designed to get you to quit before you see the manifestation of what I have been preparing. Do not listen to him. Do not agree with him. Do not give him the satisfaction of watching you walk away from your miracle right before it arrives. So hold on. Not with your own strength, because I know you do not have any left. Hold on with my strength. Let me be strong in your weakness. Let me carry you when you cannot walk. Let me sustain you when you have nothing left to give. Because I am not tired, I am not worn out, I do not grow weary, I do not faint. And I will carry you across this finish line if that is what it takes. You do not have to muster up strength you do not have. You do not have to pretend you are fine when you are falling apart. You do not have to put on a brave face for me. I see exactly where you are. I know exactly how much you have left. And I am telling you that it is enough. Because my strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you are at the end of yourself, that is when I can finally be everything you need. When you stop trying to do it in your own power, that is when my power can flow through you unhindered. When you finally admit that you cannot, that is when I can show you that I can. I have carried you this far, and I will carry you the rest of the way. Every step you have taken, I have been there supporting you. Every burden you have borne, I have been there sharing the weight. Every tear you have cried, I have been there collecting it in my bottle. Every prayer you have whispered, I have been there listening. And I am not going to stop now. I am not going to abandon you in the final stretch. I am going to see you through to the end, to the breakthrough, to the manifestation of every promise I spoke over you. You have my word on that. You have my commitment. You have my unwavering faithfulness supporting everything I have spoken over your life. Your miracle is not just for you. It is for everyone who is watching. It is for everyone who has been praying for you. It is for everyone who needs to see evidence that I am still in the business of doing impossible things. Your breakthrough is going to break something open in the spirit realm that will cause breakthroughs to flow to other people. Your healing is going to create a pathway for other people's healing. Your provision is going to release provision into other people's lives. Your restoration is going to trigger restoration in other families. Because that is how my kingdom works. One person's miracle becomes a doorway for many other miracles. One person's testimony becomes the seed for many other victories. And I am about to do something in your life that will ripple out far beyond you, touching lives you will never even know about, changing destinies you will never even meet, releasing breakthrough into territories you will never even visit. Your obedience to keep believing when nothing made sense is going to inspire someone else to keep believing. Your decision to keep standing when everything in you wanted to quit is going to strengthen someone else who is on the verge of giving up. Your testimony of my faithfulness is going to become the anchor that holds someone else steady in their storm. So get ready. Not someday, not eventually, but right now. This is the season. This is the time. This is the moment when everything shifts. The angels are in position. The doors are about to swing open. The mountains are about to move. And your miracle, the one with your name on it, the one that has been traveling toward you through the unseen realm, is about to manifest in your reality. Get your heart ready. Get your mind ready. Get your faith ready. Because what you are about to receive is bigger than anything you have imagined. And when it does, you are going to look back on this season of waiting and realize that every moment was necessary. Every tear was collecting something valuable. Every prayer was building something eternal. Every moment of endurance was preparing you for a level of blessing you could not have handled before. You are going to look back and see my hand in every single detail, even the painful details, even the confusing details, even the details that made absolutely no sense at the time. You are going to see that I was working everything together for your good, even when it did not feel good, even when it did not look good, even when you could not understand what possible good could come from what you were going through. I am the God of the impossible. There is nothing too difficult for me. The situation you are facing that looks impossible to everyone else is not impossible to me. The mountain that appears immovable to human eyes is nothing but a small obstacle to me. The door that seems permanently locked to natural thinking is already opening at my command. The miracle that looks unlikely to human logic is already done in the spiritual realm, and I am about to make the invisible visible. I am about to bring the heavenly into the earthly. I am about to demonstrate my power in your life in a way that will leave no room for doubt that I am who I say I am. I am the God who parted the Red Sea when my people had their backs against the wall and the enemy was closing in. I am the God who brought water out of a rock when my people were dying of thirst in the desert. I am the God who made the sun stand still when my servant Joshua needed more time to complete the battle. I am the God who shut the mouths of lions when Daniel was thrown into their den. I am the God who brought 3 young men through a furnace so hot that it killed the soldiers who threw them in, and they came out without even the smell of smoke on their clothes. I am the God who raised Lazarus from the dead after he had been in the tomb for 4 days, and his body had already begun to decay. And I have not changed. I am still the God of miracles. I am still the God of the impossible. I am still the God who specializes in doing things that cannot be explained by natural reasoning. And what I did for my people throughout history, I am about to do for you. Not because you are better than they were, not because you are more deserving, but because I am the same God, and my nature does not change based on who I am dealing with or what era of history we are in. Do not be afraid. I have not brought you this far to abandon you now. I have not walked with you through everything you have endured just to leave you in the final stretch. I have been with you every step of the way, and I will be with you every step of the way forward. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. When you pass through the waters, they will not overwhelm you, because I am with you, not just near you, not just aware of you, but with you, in the fire with you, in the flood with you, in the battle with you. I have never left you. I will never leave you. I cannot leave you because I have made you one with me, and I cannot separate myself from myself. You are in me, and I am in you. We are joined together in a covenant bond that nothing can break. Not your mistakes, not your doubts, not your failures, not your weaknesses. Nothing you have done or could ever do can separate you from my love, from my presence, from my commitment to see you through to the end. Your breakthrough is not dependent on your circumstances changing. Your breakthrough is not dependent on other people finally doing what they should have done a long time ago. Your breakthrough is not dependent on the economy, the government, the system, or anything else in the natural realm. Your breakthrough is dependent on one thing and one thing only: my word. And my word has already been spoken over your life. The decree has already been issued. The command has already been given. The angels have already been dispatched. The miracle is already in motion. And nothing can stop what I have set in motion. You are about to see me move in ways you have never seen me move before. You are about to experience my power at a level you have never experienced it before. You are about to witness my faithfulness in ways that will become a testimony you will tell for the rest of your life. In years from now, when you are on the other side of this season, when you are walking in the fullness of everything I promised you, you are going to look back and realize that the waiting was not wasted. The struggle was not without purpose. The pain was not meaningless. It was all preparation. It was all development. It was all part of the process of making you into the person who could steward the magnitude of what I am about to release into your life. So lift your head, lift your eyes, lift your voice, and declare with me right now that your miracle is already coming. It is not a distant possibility. It is not a far-off hope. It is a present reality that is moving toward you right now, breaking through every barrier, overcoming every obstacle, demolishing every impossibility, and manifesting in your life in ways that will cause you to never doubt my faithfulness again. I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not know. I have already finished what you are still waiting for. And very soon, the gap between the spiritual and the natural will close. The invisible will become visible. The promised will become possessed. And you will step into the reality of everything I have been preparing for you since before you were even born. This is not just about fixing a problem. This is not just about meeting a need. This is about revealing my glory in your life in such a profound way that everyone who knows you will know beyond any shadow of doubt that I am real, I am faithful, and I am the God of the impossible. Your breakthrough is going to be so undeniably supernatural that no one will be able to explain it away. Your miracle is going to be so obviously orchestrated by my hand that everyone who witnesses it will have to acknowledge that I am who I say I am. Your miracle is already coming. The angels are moving. The doors are opening, the mountains are shifting, and your faith, the faith you have held on to even when it was nothing more than a thin thread, is about to be rewarded in ways that exceed everything you dared to imagine. Because I do not just meet your expectations, I exceed them. I do not just answer your prayers, I answer them in ways that reveal I am far more generous, far more loving, far more powerful than you ever imagined I could be. I am about to show you sides of my character you have never seen before. I am about to demonstrate levels of my faithfulness you have never experienced before. I am about to pour out blessings on you that are so abundant, so overwhelming, so exceeding, that you will not have room enough to contain them all. And when I do, you are going to realize that everything you went through was worth it. Every moment of waiting was worth it. Every tear was worth it. Every struggle was worth it. Because what I am about to give you is so much greater than what you went through to get it. Get ready. Position your heart. Open your hands. Prepare your life. Because what I am about to do is bigger than a breakthrough. It is bigger than a miracle. It is a complete transformation of your reality. And when I am finished, you will not just have a testimony of what I did. You will have become a living testimony of who I am. And your life will be a walking billboard that declares to everyone who sees you that I am the God who keeps his promises, the God who does the impossible, the God who never fails. The season of delay is over. The season of preparation is complete. The season of breakthrough has begun. And you are about to step into the fullness of everything I have been preparing for you. Your miracle is not coming someday. It is already on the way. It is closer than you think. It is about to manifest. And when it does, you will know beyond any shadow of doubt that I am faithful, I am powerful, and I am completely committed to you. There is a shift happening right now in the spiritual realm. Can you feel it? There is a stirring in the atmosphere around your life. The angels are moving with increased urgency. The doors are beginning to unlock. The mountains are starting to shift. The resources are being released. The people are being positioned. The timing is aligning. Everything I have been orchestrating behind the scenes is coming together at this very moment. And the manifestation you have been waiting for is closer than it has ever been. This is not the time to pull back. This is not the time to grow weary. This is not the time to let doubt creep in and steal what is rightfully yours. This is the time to press in harder than ever before. This is the time to worship louder. This is the time to declare with greater boldness. This is the time to position yourself to receive everything I am about to release. Because the miracle is not just near, it is here. It is breaking through from the spiritual realm into the natural realm right now. And you are about to see with your own eyes what I have been showing you by faith. When the breakthrough manifests, it is going to happen faster than you expect. You have been waiting so long that you have probably imagined the breakthrough would come gradually, slowly, piece by piece. But that is not how I work. When I release a breakthrough, it floods in. When I open a door, it swings wide. When I move a mountain, it does not inch to the side. It relocates completely. And when your miracle manifests, it is not going to trickle into your life. It is going to pour in like a flood, overwhelming you with goodness, saturating every area that has been dry, filling every void that has been empty, restoring everything that was stolen, and giving you more than you lost. You are going to go from waiting to receiving in a moment. You are going to go from barely surviving to abundantly thriving overnight. You are going to go from wondering if it would ever happen to testifying that it happened faster than you could have imagined. And everyone who has been watching your struggle is going to be stunned by the speed and the magnitude of your turnaround. They are going to see you one day carrying the weight of your situation, and they are going to see you the next day walking in breakthrough. And they are going to know that only I could have done that. Only I could have turned it around that fast. Only I could have shifted everything that dramatically. The enemy fought so hard to stop this miracle because he knew what it would unleash. He knew that once this breakthrough manifests in your life, it would trigger a domino effect of miracles in the lives of people connected to you. He knew that your testimony would become a weapon that destroys doubt in the hearts of believers who have been struggling to trust me. He knew that your story would become evidence that silences the arguments of skeptics who have been saying that I do not move in power anymore. So he threw everything he had at you, trying to get you to quit, trying to make you give up, trying to convince you that the miracle would never come. But he failed. You are still here. You are still standing. You are still believing. And your refusal to quit has positioned you to receive a miracle that is so much bigger than what the enemy tried to steal from you. He came to steal, kill, and destroy. But I came to give you life, and life more abundantly. And the abundance I am about to pour into your life is going to make up for every moment of lack you endured. The breakthrough I am about to release is going to compensate for every delay you suffered. The miracle that is about to manifest is going to prove that every moment of waiting was worth it. So get ready to receive. Get ready to steward. Get ready to testify. Because your waiting is about to become your worship. Your struggle is about to become your strength. Your test is about to become your testimony. And your pain is about to become your platform to declare to everyone who will listen that I am the God who does the impossible, the God who keeps his promises, the God who never fails. Do not let anyone talk you out of your expectation. Do not let circumstances convince you that nothing is changing. Do not let the enemy whisper that you misheard me. What I spoke over you is true. What I promised you is coming. What I decreed concerning you is manifesting. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what I have set in motion. Your miracle is coming. It is on the way. It is breaking through. And very soon, you will be standing in the fullness of everything I promised, holding in your hands what you have been holding in your heart by faith, living the reality that you have been seeing by vision. And when that happens, when you are standing in your breakthrough, when you are walking in your miracle, when you are living in your victory, you are going to lift your voice and you are going to declare with absolute certainty that I am faithful. You are going to testify with unshakable conviction that I keep my promises. You are going to proclaim with boldness and authority that I am the God of the impossible. And your voice is going to carry power because it will not just be words. It will be your lived experience. It will be your proven reality. It will be your undeniable testimony. Amen. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear these words. Type Amen in the comments to receive this blessing. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a message that God has specifically for you. Remember, you did not find this video by accident. God led you here because He has a word for your life. Believe it, receive it, and watch as everything He just spoke over you begins to manifest in your reality. Your miracle is not coming someday. It is already on the way, and very soon, you will hold in your hands what you have been holding in your heart by faith.